So, good morning student, this is my third video on your semi-solid dosage form. We will discuss factor affecting drug penetration. In that we discuss race. Race is a study reported that an increase in intracellular cohesion in black skin while higher lipid content in black skin. Those people having the black skin having the higher percentage of lipid was found. All those relatively limited data are available on your race. Indications are that racial difference do exist among the white and black skin, and this difference could be determined race related pattern in the skin behavior. Because of there is a white skin and your black skin will be related or affect for the drug penetration. Namely, this response to irritant chemical and the penetration of topically applied drug. There is a effect on your race factor. This factor will be affect on your drug penetration. Then age of the skin. There is a age of skin. The young skin is more permeable than the older. Young skin has a more permeability as compared to your older skin. Children are more sensitive for the absorption of toxin. The skin age is one of the factors affecting penetration of drug for semi-solid formulation. As the skin ages, some functional molecule in it. Hydration play an important role in transdermal absorption and decreased with age as skin loses its moisture content. And it was found that there is a less percentage or decrease the percentage of water content or moisture content in your skin was found in older age patient. That will be affect on your drug penetration. Then skin condition. For most compound, the rate of percutaneous absorption is limited by diffusion through the stratum corneum. There is a diffusion process. With the help of this diffusion process, there is a penetration of drug will be takes place. Person with disease or damaged skin may be at special risk for the toxic effect or environmental pollutant as a result of increasing percutaneous absorption. If patient having the damaged skin, patient having the disease condition, or patient having the exposure to your environmental or chemical or pollutant leads to increase in percutaneous absorption. Because of this, there is a increase in percutaneous absorption. Any skin condition that compromises the capability of stratum corneum to serve as a permeability barrier, that is depend upon your disease condition, that is in the psoriasis, eczema, rashes and dermatitis. This is skin related disease which was affect our skin structure, and that may be the effect on your drug penetration. Then hydration. A contact with water, the permeability of skin increase significantly. When there is a contact of your water will be takes place. Hydration, the contact with water and permeability of skin increase significantly. Hydration is the most important factor in increasing permeation of the skin. So use of humectant is done in transdermal delivery. Occlusion of skin surface also increase skin temperature by 2-3 degrees Celsius. It increase molecular option and skin penetration. There is a absorption. It means that there is a requirement of water will be there for the good penetration. Then circulation to the skin. Change in peripheral circulation can be affect penetration of your drug. The peripheral circulation of your blood may be affect on your drug penetration. Prolonged skin exposure to organic solvent is known to be result in vasodilation and in area that come into the contact with this compound. And there is a prolonged skin exposure of organic solvent. There is a leads to the vasodilation, and it vasodilation increase in come in contact with this compound. Skin temperature. Permeation of molecule across the skin is passive process, as you know that. An increased temperature would be thus result in increase the kinetic energy of drug molecule, which will be therefore cause the molecule to move faster to the stratum corneum. If you are increasing the temperature or applying the temperature for the after application of your semi-solid dosage form, there leads to the kinetic energy. It means that there is a mass into velocity. It is what the velocity of your molecule, and because of there is obtaining the speed or velocity, because of there is a increase in penetration. Skin metabolism. Skin metabolize steroids, hormones, chemical, carcinogen and some drugs. Skin has a property to metabolize the steroids, hormones and chemical carcinogens or some drugs. So skin metabolites determine the efficacy of drug penetration through the skin. How your skin is responsible for the metabolism, which is the effect on your drug penetration or efficacy of drug will be depend or so it's depends on your depend upon your penetration. Compound drug specific factor, that is solubility. Stratum corneum is a lipophilic membrane, and the amount of drug accumulated in the bear some relation to the solubility of drug in some organic solvent, thus highly lipophilic hexane. As you know that there is a lipophilic nature, it means that there is a lipophilic drug will be absorbed or penetrated easy as compared to a hydrophilic drug. Or we are taking an example, that is high lipophilic compound drug, that is hexane. While stratum corneum is a lipophilic in nature and favor to the penetration of lipophilic drug. The aqueous nature of layer beneath the stratum corneum dictate that drug should be embody some hydrophilic property to pass through them. Then partition coefficient, that is partition coefficient, that you know that. Partition coefficient is nothing but there is a ratio or concentration of your drug or molecule in your two immiscible liquid. After that there is you got the hydrophilic or lipophilic nature of your drug. Penetration of stratum corneum require that drug partition coefficient into the membrane. The optimal partition coefficient is required for the good action. Having the optimum partition coefficient drug should have the good penetration power. Drug with high partition coefficient are not ready to leave the liquid portion on the skin. If your drug having the high partition coefficient, it will not be acceptable or not good for the penetration. Also, drug with low penetration coefficient will not be permeated, or low concentration should not be allowed or not is give the desirable effect. It means that there is should be optimum level. Molecular weight, drug penetration inversely related to the molecular weight. It means that there is a smaller molecular weight will be the penetration high, larger molecular weight penetration will be low. Then ionization. The lipophilic nature of stratum corneum have led to the belief that ionized drug would be poor candidate for the transdermal delivery system. Because of lipophilic nature of your stratum corneum, it explains that there is a ionization drugs will not be absorbed or will not be penetrated in your dermal. This is the poor candidate for the dermal delivery or dermal drug preparation. Ionized drug hence cross the skin through the central route, but the amount of molecule that pass through the route is significant less than the unionized molecule that takes the intracellular route. Whereas ionized drugs follow the penetration through a central route, whereas unionized drugs follow the molecular transportation by intracellular route. Hydrogen bonding. There is a bonding between hydrogen. The various skin compounds, lipid, protein, aqueous, etc. are possible penetrate weak acid, base, ionized or unionized drug. These suggest the multitude of potential interaction between the drug substances and skin tissue, and it leads to there is a multi-potential interaction was found, and because of multi-potential action there is a substance and skin tissue. The formation of hydrogen bond or weak van der Waals forces would be hence influence the skin penetration and permeation of a drug. And because of there is a formation of hydrogen bond between these, or there is a because of formation of hydrogen bond between your tissue or between your skin tissue leads to there is a weak van der Waals force, and because of this there is a influence or increase the penetration of your drug will be takes place. Melting point. Lowering the melting point of drug would be hence cause an increase in solubility of stratum corneum and ultimately it is permeation across the skin. The lower melting point drugs you have to have the property to pass the stratum corneum very high speed or very easy. Compound drug concentration of your drug. A major determinant of amount of compound absorbed across the skin is the concentration or the amount of compound at the skin surface. There is a amount of drug present on your skin surface after applying a concentration of your drug that dosage form having. The flux is proportional to the concentration gradient across the barrier and concentration gradient will be higher if the concentration of drug will be the more across the barrier. If the concentration is high, it means that there is a higher barrier, higher cross the barrier. Higher the concentration will be the high property to cross the barrier. Then excipient used in semi-solid dosage form. There is a what are the excipient used to formulate the semi-solid dosage form? Base, ointment base. The base is the substance or part of an ointment or other semi-solid preparation which serve as a carrier or vehicle we called as a base. Base are the which carry your drug or act as a vehicle to carry your drug we called as a base. Ideal properties of base as follows. There is an ideal property of base should be have. They must possess the affinity for skin and should be the miscible with both the aqueous oily secretion of your skin. That has a greater opportunity or greater affinity binding action or having the attraction for the skin to having the affinity or attraction to bind with your skin as well as having the miscibility property with aqueous or oily secretion of your skin. It should be meet condition of the skin, particularly pH. Ideal pH should be 5 to 7.6 and it should be have the match with your skin pH, that is 5 to 7.6. It should be stable for the longer period of time. It should be possessing property of permanency and smoothness. It should be possess the property of permanency. It means that you have to do not alter or do not change the your stratum corneum structure. It should be maintain the permanency of your stratum corneum and give the smoothness to your skin. It should be a non-irritating and non-sensitizing property. It should be not to irritate to your skin or not sensitize the skin. It must be inert to excipient that may be incorporated along with them. It should be not any inertness or inert action should not be shown when you are combining with your drug. It should be able to absorb water and solution of your chemical. It should have the property to absorb the chemical. It must be able to release easily incorporated medicament and it has a property to release your medicament after applying. Then semi-solid dosage form, the most widely used base are for the preparation of if you want to prepare the ointment, you have to choose you have to take this base, oilogenous base, absorption base, water miscible base, water soluble base, additional solvent, antioxidant and preservative. These are the base for the formulation of your ointment. For the formulation of your paste, hydrocarbon base, water miscible base, water soluble base, antioxidant, preservative and flavoring agent, these are the base are used to formulate your paste. Then if you want to formulate the cream, you have to choose the hydrocarbon base, hydrocarbon waxes, oilogenous base, fatty acid and alcohol, emulsifier, humectant, antioxidant, preservative and flavoring agent. These are the base you have to use for the formulation of your cream. Then if you want to formulate the gel semi-solid dosage form, you have to go for gelling agent, natural polymer, semi-synthetic polymer, synthetic polymer, inorganic substance, humectant, co-solvent, stabilizer, antioxidant and preservative. These are the base used to formulate your gel. Then classification of your ointment.